Joining me in the huddle with Football Manitoba Executive Director, Mr. Bill Johnson. Happy New Year, Bill.
Happy New Year to you as well.
How was Thunder Bay? We tried to get a hold of you, but it just something happened. Tell me why you were in Thunder Bay.
Thunder Bay, actually, their minor football league, Thunder Bay Minor, falls under our governance. So I had a chance to go out there and meet with some people, do some things. I went to a banquet for their minor leagues and saw some kids get some awards and things. It was a really cool thing.
Awesome. So now we're back in Winnipeg. 2019's come and gone. Clearly the highlight was championship weekends in late October, November, and also having the Grey Cup here finally in Winnipeg after 29 years. And what are the highlights for you in 2019?
Oh, I mean, there's so many. The fact our championship weekend it's great. It's awesome to see the kids out there competing and stuff. I had the privilege this year of having a dual role as the executive director and as the father of one of the players competing there. So that was kind of a cool thing. Having the Grey Cup in the city is great. It's we had our winter flag football at the Recplex at the University of Winnipeg, and Wade Miller coaches one of the teams. His son plays, and he just showed up with the Grey Cup one day, and it was great. We had kids lined up to get pictures.
Here's the Grey Cup. Here you go.
It was a very Canadian moment as he walked in and set the Grey Cup down on the table. And I'm thinking, I bet you they don't do that with the Super Bowl. So
no, there's something about the Grey Cup. And I mean, the fact that the city hasn't seen it for almost 3 decades, it really brings the community of football together. And just, I mean, you talk about role models, you talk about trophies and championships. And I mean, I'm going to steal a line from a good friend in Southern California, the granddaddy of them all. It really is one of those trophies as a Canadian football player you look to have an opportunity to play for.
It's true, and the fact that the Bombers do such a great job promoting the local athletes they have on their team, the Andrew Harrises and the Nick Dembskis and guys like that, that they've come up through our minor system here, and our kids can relate to them. They look at those guys and they say, I'd like to be like Jeff Gray, for instance, was he went to the NFL for a couple of years and came back, and now he's on the Bomber roster. And he played all the way up through in Manitoba from the time he was a little kid. He played in Winnipeg at the Falcons Football Club, played at the U of M. He's a Winnipegger, and our kids look at him and say, I'd like to be like him one day.
And what about Izzy O'Donoghue? I mean, that's another guy. I mean, he's another classic story and a role model for sure. But enough about role models. Let's get to 2020. Deadlines and registrations for tackle might have started for some clubs already.
Yeah, the minor football league clubs have started. MMFA clubs have started registration, so that's great. You can come to check out our website, or you can check out MMFA's website as well, and all the information's there, and you can get a jump start on that. And registration will be open through till the season starts in August.
Okay, so not saying it's too early to register, but I mean, definitely the spots are there, and we want to see numbers.
Yeah, it's never too early.
Never too early. I mean, football is one of those sports you can play year round.
Yeah, for sure. And we see that it's if you get out ahead of it, you get yourself registered early, you guarantee yourself a spot on that team. We hate it when teams start to fill up and then you get on a wait list and things like that. So get your name on the list early.
If you know you want to get it done, get it done. And if you're on the fence doing it, just sign up anyway. I mean, that's the great thing, because like you said, it locks your spot in.
That's right.
When we talk about football year round, we also have some flag football going on right now and some registrations for that as well, coming up February 1st.
Yeah, our Winter Flag League is just wrapping up now. We're going into the last week of the regular season and then playoffs for that. And then registration starts February 1 for Spring Flag, our outdoor league, which is it's huge. We have 1,200, 1,300 kids playing in that league, so it's a big league. And
so the 400-player league is wrapping up, you said, right now.
Yeah. And
that was a big number for you because it expanded, or it grew, from last year, right?
That's right.
So now we got Spring League showing up. That's 1,200 players playing football.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Flag football is one of the fastest growing sports in North America, and I know a lot of people make that claim, but it's legitimate in this case. A lot of people want to play this.
Why do you think it's such a a mainstay to see the growth of that flag idea as opposed to other sports?
To be honest, I had never actually. I mean, we played flag when I was a kid, but it was just you grabbed an old T-shirt, shoved it in.
It was Saturday morning. You put
pocket.
a sock in the back of the pants, and off you go.
Very different. And I had never seen organized flag football until a couple of years ago. My son started playing. My daughter plays now as well, and when I saw it, I thought, this is a great game. It's a fast sport. There's different roles. Everyone's an eligible receiver, so everyone can touch the ball, which kids love. There's only 5 kids on each team, and one of them's throwing the ball, so there's only 4 kids. Every kid's going to touch the ball in the game, and that's an awesome thing, and everyone can take part.
And that's an important thing, because you don't want to have little Johnny or Susie just being on the field as one who hikes the ball and that's it.
That's right.
You want to have involvement, you want to have participation, and rotating the positions as well for all those players.
Everyone wants to contribute, right? Everyone wants to feel that they're a part of it. And the fact is, I think at tackle football, we would do a really good job with that because there's rules for everyone. There's different rules for different body types. Every kid has a spot. Flag football, it's a little bit different in the fact that everyone plays essentially the same role, and I think there's something to be said for that too.
It's pretty impressive. And a lot of great skill, individual skills and team skills being built on and off the field.
That's right.
Awesome. So flag football for the spring, registration February 1st, found on the website footballmanitoba.com.
Yes.
Awesome. Next up, under 16 flag.
Yeah, Western Canadian Championships are going to be in Winnipeg this summer, so that's a really cool thing. At the beginning of August, we're nailing down the facility right now, so we can announce some dates very soon. But it'll be there'll be a local team here from Winnipeg. There'll be a team from Thunder Bay, both in the boys and the girls side. Come out and see them play against BC, Saskatchewan, Alberta. It's a really awesome tournament. My daughter's actually been on this team. She's too old now, but the last couple of years, and I went out to Regina and watched it take place, and it's just a fantastic display. You don't realize how good these kids can be until you come and see that.
Absolutely. Looking forward to seeing that. So we're going to get some more details as the winter rolls around. We'll be visiting you again next month, so maybe we'll have some figure out some details then. Awesome. That's August, you said?
Yeah, beginning of August.
6 aside for U12 and U14. Let's go over that one real quick.
This is a brand new program we're starting, actually. The details are just coming out. In the next day or two, there'll be a lot of push for that. It's going to start in March of this year. It's basically an indoor opportunity for kids to come out and either refine their tackle football skills for the U12 and U14 kids, or for new kids to come out and try it out in a little bit of different environment. The emphasis isn't so much on results with this particular league, it's on skills and, more importantly, having fun. That's really the goal with it. We're modeling it after a league they run in Saskatoon, and it's been really successful there. They have a ton of kids out playing it, really enjoying it. Kids play different positions, they rotate around, and it's a real chance to figure out, first of all, what position you want to play in tackle football, and secondly, to work on your skills and enjoy it. Have fun with some buddies.
Absolutely. And what greater time to do that in quote unquote the off season, because it might be a new position you might want to try. Or I mean, U12 and U14, that age group always has growth spurts.
Yeah.
You know, so if the body changes a little bit and you become a little bit faster, or you get your hands and your coordination together, maybe you go from an O-lineman to a tight end, maybe to a wide receiver, maybe you start throwing the ball a little better too. You never know, right?
It happens all the time. Guys move around, and this is a really cool opportunity as well, because our winters here are long. I don't know if you know that. They're long. And
just a little bit, yeah. I've been a couple.
Right now they're cold. And, so a chance to get indoor at an indoor soccer facility and run around and play some football. And
get rid of some of that energy that you may have built up from staying inside. So less video games, more football. That's what we're working on here. Okay. Last but not least, the Bison Prep Camp.
Yeah, we've run our high performance prep camp. This is the 4th year now we've run it. So basically it's a chance for kids who are interested in our high performance program, or kids who just want to work on their skill development a little bit, to come out. This is for the U16 and U18 age groups. They come out and they work on those things. This year, thrilled to talk about the fact that we partnered with the Bisons on it. So we're going to have Bison coaches and Bison players out there helping these kids out, working on these things. So it's a really cool step forward for this program, I think.
Do we have dates set up for this Bison camp yet?
Dates are all available. They're all outlined on our website.
Okay.
They're at the indoor facilities, and registration's open right now. So
awesome. Okay, so you said U16, U18. Is it going to be separate? Is it going to be all those kids put together as? They're
separate. Generally they'll do warm-ups, things like that together, but we separate them. It's we don't want the 14-year-olds and 17-year-olds doing a lot of tackle football.
Is this a one-day camp, a weekend camp, or is it something that spreads over several days?
It takes place over a series of weekends.
Okay.
1 or 2 days every weekend over a series of 5 weeks.
Okay, so if a player is unavailable for some of those weeks, they still have to register for the whole thing, correct?
That's right, yeah.
Okay. So that's on footballmanitoba.com.
That's right.
Bisons, great program, great initiative. How many years has this been going on for?
This is our 4th year. First with the Bisons, but our 4th year with the program.
That's an excellent relationship to build, considering the talent that's there at the University of Manitoba. And the facilities are fantastic there too. So wherever you guys get to have a chance to get out there and practice some football, and the American football, not the European football. We'll leave that one alone today. Bill Johnson, Inside the Huddle, thank you for joining me. Anything else you want to touch on before we say goodbye?
No, I think that's everything. Have fun, stay warm, and play some football.
Yes, and please stay away from chandeliers inside the house. Go to indoor soccer fields or outdoors and pitch the ball around, learn the spiral, and make sure you take account of mom and dad's belongings in the house. Inside the Huddle with Bill Johnson, Executive Director, Football Manitoba on ASTV.